Chapter 7. Now. It's Sunday. Fred, my boss, asked me to help out at the school because our receptionist, Sally, is sick. I just need to sit here and make sure everything's going smoothly. But since we just recently started accepting students on Sundays, the workday isn't long and it's very relaxed. I get to be on my phone and laptop when nobody needs my help. The only thing that's not quite optimal is that our heater doesn't seem to work. So I'm sitting here with 4 layers and a beanie covering my buzz cut because even though it's always sunny in LA, it does get quite cold in January sometimes, and the buildings aren't the most insulated here. After making some hot lemon ginger tea for myself, I'm checking today's schedule to see which students are supposed to come in within the next half hour. 2 students. A guitar student named Raya is scheduled for 10:45 a.m. and another drum student, Michael, at 11 a.m. My phone buzzes with a text from Nick. The phone call yesterday felt so refreshing, and we had texted a bit in the evening about football teams and his new fake down comforter. Not that I know anything about football, and for a second I almost disqualified him when he mentioned the word down comforter, but he quickly told me that he doesn't support animal cruelty, and he bought the fake kind, which made him even more attractive to me. He also told me he thought about me while shopping for it yesterday because I told him I'm vegan. Good morning, Kathrin. What are you up to today? I would really like to see that guy in person, to not further waste my time daydreaming about him. I start typing. Hi, I'm at work until 4, and the heat isn't working. Ugh. What about you? Sheesh, I hope you at least brought some layers. I need to hit the grocery store at some point. There are also a couple of games on today, and I either want to hit the gym or go for a run. He took this question very seriously, I notice, amused. Many other people would have just given me something along the lines of, nothing serious, or just chilling. But Nick seems to actually want to have a real conversation, which I like. I'm not sure how to respond to all of that information, though, so I ask, did you find a good running route down there? Do you hike sometimes? He happens to live very close to Palos Verdes, my favorite part of town, which I learned about only a few years ago when I explored the area around Eddie's apartment. I'm a bit jealous of him getting to work out right by the ocean. The area is so clean and peaceful, and the best part is there aren't a ton of tourists like in the other beach cities. I'm new to running. I've been wanting to improve my 1.5 mile time for work, so I'm just glad to finally start getting out there. I found a good go-to spot, but I'm sure there's a lot more. Okay, I always try to find the scenic running spots. And sorry to be so forward, but when you told me last night that you care about animals, that made you even more attractive to me. Haha, hush, that's not being forward at all. Haha, so when do I get to meet you in real life? What are your plans after work? None yet? Well, let's get together. I should be finished with this football game by 5. Let's! How about 6 or 7 p.m.? That should work. Let me confirm with you in a bit. I have a date today? That was sudden, but I'm excited. As the day goes on, I'm starting to get more tired, and I still haven't heard from Nick by the time I get off work. He might have just disappeared. It wouldn't be the first time a man did that. It's dark by the time I get home, and I almost settled with the thought of staying in and not going anywhere tonight. It doesn't feel good anyway to leave the house when it's so dark. I'm ready to just lay in bed for the rest of the evening. But then my phone buzzes again. You off work? Also, I'm not on your level, but I like to hit up my vegetarian dishes from time to time. Roasted corn and black bean burgers, kale, and sweet potato gnocchi. He adds a picture of said dish, which I have to admit looks pretty good. I also inspect the little kitchen space that's visible around the plate, and it looks neat and clean. Yeah, I just got home. And if you're trying to collect plus points with me, it's working. I get a little gif back of a happy boy smiling and making the winner pose. He sure does know how to charm me, and I haven't even met him yet. Let's see if he can live up to all this in person. Would you still like to try and get together tonight or shoot for the week? I'm still up for tonight. It's probably best to just get this over with. Waiting too long to meet him and exchanging too many texts might have me build a romanticized picture of him that he can't live up to in real life. I'm thinking something simple, coffee shop or something. Just not sure on location. Yeah, I like that idea. Would you mind coming up this way a little, like somewhere in the middle or around downtown? Do you know any spots downtown? I don't go out for coffee much, but I can check. I hate coffee. I never understood people who are addicted to it. I don't judge, but I also don't get it. It's bitter, and if I have to put sugar and creamer in it, I might as well just drink the milk and syrup only. LOL, I'm more of a tea drinker myself. We decide on a spot called the Pie Hole that compared to most other places doesn't close at 6 or 7. We agree to meet there at 6:45. And this time, I'm more lazy than nervous, having to make myself look pretty and drive when I'm already tired. I know how these things go, but I tell myself to just do it so I don't have to be wondering later. I put on the jeans I bought just about 2 months ago for my birthday. I go with the blue jeans even though they're not quite as high-waisted as the black ones. I combine it with the black fuzzy cropped sweater I bought the same day that's off-shoulder and also shows just a bit of my belly. Then I add the blue and brown scarf my mom just gifted me for Christmas, put on 2 sprays of my Kat Von D perfume, and slip into my brown and glitter ankle boots, which I rarely wear. Then I put on my makeup. Not the lazy version like earlier today, but the full-on I know how to do makeup now version, including the liquid eyeliner, contouring, eyeshadow, and extra mascara. I have to say I look quite appealing as I'm trying to get a full view of myself in the mirror on the back of my door. It works. As I walk out through the living room, ready to take off into the night, probably overdressed for a coffee, or in this case, pie shop, Anne catches a glimpse of me and pauses her TV show, a bit surprised to see me this dressed up. You look fancy today. Where are you going? I'm just going on a date with this guy, Nick, from Coffee Meets Bagel. I kind of don't even want to go right now, and I'm not expecting much either, but oh well. It's good to get out of the house, and even if he's not the one, it's still good practice, right? Where are you meeting him? Just a coffee spot downtown. I shouldn't be gone too long. Well, have fun, and you look great. Thank you. We'll see what happens, I say as I make my way out through the kitchen and the back door. I arrive at my destination right at 6:45 p.m., but then quickly become aware that I should have planned for some time for parking. This is downtown, after all. Not the skyscraper part of downtown, but still, restaurants and coffee shops don't come with parking lots here, and the street looks like there aren't any spots left. It's quite crowded. I manage to find a parking space 2 streets away pretty quickly, and I assume that walking back will take me less time than trying to find parking closer to the pie hole. I park my blue Prius, Heidi, check the signs to make sure I won't get a ticket here on a Sunday, and then start heading back to the coffee shop in a hurry. I really don't like being late, even though that's kind of a normal thing in LA. But I hate it when I have to wait for people, especially in a one-on-one setting, so I do my best to be courteous with other people's time. I hope Nick isn't waiting already. He hasn't sent me a text yet. I managed to speed walk to our meeting spot in just 3 minutes and send him a text saying, "I'm here," when I'm across the street. Maybe he's already inside, waiting for me at a table. Just got here too. Parking now. Be right there. Oh well, I guess I didn't have to stress so much. If my thoughts had to be expressed in a single emoji, it would be the one with the straight line mouth and the 2 straight line eyes. I linger around the coffee shop for a few minutes, going between trying to kill some time on my phone and wondering if I should just head in already. I'm feeling all dressed up and nowhere to go, and wondering what the other people think of me aimlessly wandering around by myself. The weird girl with the buzz cut. When I had hair, I could at least hide behind it. Now I always feel fully exposed. Just as I shift the direction of my few steps again, I see a tall man walking towards me who looks like Nick. He does and he doesn't. I imagined him just a bit different, but I can clearly see that it's him now. I am almost immediately discouraged. I already know this isn't what I thought it was. He isn't. But I'm here now. I walk towards him. "Hi, Nick?" "Hey, girl," he says and bends down slightly to give me a hug. He's tall, but not too tall. He has on jeans and a black North Face jacket. I can smell his cologne, but it's not overwhelming. I'm not quite sure yet if I like the scent. It smells unfamiliar. He almost seems a bit too uptight, but my first impression is that he's nice. "Should we head in?" I ask hesitantly. "Yeah, let's do it," he says and opens the glass door to the rather tiny coffee and pie shop. There's a small line at the counter, and we add ourselves to its end. It was dark outside, so now we actually get to really see each other's faces. Nick looks me up and down and confidently says, "I see you, girl." I have to be careful not to start blushing like I do so often, but I'm hopeful that the makeup will keep that in check a bit as well. "I like that shirt, off the shoulder and belly free. I like it." "Oh, thank you. It's new," I answer. Apparently, he's good at giving compliments. As I look in his face, I see what I saw in his profile pictures, but he also has that cop look about him. He doesn't have any beard, very clean shaven, but something about him just gives me that police officer vibe. Maybe it's just the fact that I know he actually was one before he took the Secret Service job, but I'm going to stop analyzing now and just get to know him or talk to him or have a good time or whatever. "Nice shoes too," Nick adds and gives me a slight push that was meant as a tease but almost knocks me over. I'm glad my feet were planted hip wide and I didn't cross my ankles like I do so often when I'm somewhere new or when I feel nervous. Otherwise, I probably would have fallen over. "Hey," I exclaim and give him a tiny push back that doesn't make him move in the least bit. He's strong, sturdy, and that's something I like. Big arms and a strong build always make me feel protected and like the small girl I always wanted to be. I always felt too big growing up, too heavy, not cute enough. With a man of his build, I always feel like I'm finally small and petite enough. I'm trying to figure out what to order, while at the same time already getting to know him and talking about our day. I usually just go for the chai latte, but decide to try one of their special drinks. When it's our turn to order, Nick asks me what I want, making it clear that the drinks are on him. Quickly, I order the pumpkin orange latte, which sounds like it must be pretty similar to a chai. I want to ask the barista 100 more questions about the ingredients, but I try not taking too much time and be the girl who's extra. Plus, I figure it will be fine. I made sure to order it vegan. What else can go wrong? Nick orders a chai latte with almond milk for himself. We spot a rather big table right by the window, but decide to go for it, since it's the only available one. He thinks it's a bit too big, but I think it's nice not being glued to someone else's face sitting on two ends of an itty-bitty table. We both put our drinks down, and I head to the bathroom. I'm not sure if it's nerves or the small glass of water I drank before I left the apartment, but I know I'd feel better if I didn't feel the extra pressure in my bladder. I notice I'm quite sweaty once I'm in the restroom. I can even feel it in my socks. I don't even think Nick is a hit for me, but it's still a bit nerve-wracking meeting someone you don't know and sitting right across from them, having them observe your every flaw. The pimple I discovered this morning on my right cheek, or that one canine tooth that sticks out a bit more because I had such a hard time ripping out that baby tooth when the second one had already come through. I never got braces because I felt like I was too old for that at 16. And while I feel pretty confident with that still pretty new haircut I have, it does also make me feel more vulnerable. If I have a bad face day, I can't make a good hair and distract from my face day out of it. I wash my hands after doing the small deed that definitely wasn't worth going to the bathroom for. It must have been nerves. I check myself in the mirror and bravely walk back out to the drink and the man I don't know. Nick smiles at me when I sit back down. I grab the waist of my jeans and pull it up over my belly. I know he can't see it, but it's a well-formed habit of mine. A belly is not supposed to flap over the top of my pants. I only notice that I'm doing it right now because I'm suddenly aware of every little movement I'm making that could potentially make me look stupid. "How's your drink?" he asks me. I haven't even tried it yet for the fear of burning my tongue. "I'm not sure yet. I think it might still be too hot to drink. Have you tried yours?" "Yeah, it's pretty good. I usually get a chai. I'm not big on coffee." "Yeah, me too, actually. I usually get the chai, but decided to try something different this time. I never liked the taste of coffee." "But didn't you get a coffee drink though?" he questions me. "No, I got this pumpkin thing latte. And as I'm speaking, it occurs to me that there might still be coffee in this drink. That's what I should have asked." "Try it," he suggests. "Yeah, I guess you're right. It does have a coffee taste. Oh well, it'll be fine. I do have a bit of caffeine once in a while." "Are you sure?" "Yeah, it's fine. But really, I'm not convinced it is. I'll get over the taste, but I know how a little bit of caffeine sucks all sleeping abilities out of my body." But Nick already paid for this. It was at least $5, and I will drink it. I will also not embarrass myself right now by telling him I ordered a drink I don't actually want. I take another sip. "It's pretty good, actually," I say and smile. "So, what made you cut your hair? I noticed that you had pictures with both short and long hair on your profile. I actually think both look great on you, but I'm just curious as to what made you do it." "Oh, well, there were actually a few reasons. I think most of all, it was a bucket list thing for me. I really wanted to have done it once, and I wanted to know what I'd look like without hair or like a buzz cut. But I also tried to do it for a good cause. I tried to save money for an animal rescue, and I said that I would shave my head if I'd get to $500, but nobody wanted me to do it. They didn't want to give me money because they didn't want me to cut my hair. My dad and his friend even wanted to give me money to not do it. I didn't make it to the full 500, but I decided to do it anyway. I set a date and I did it. And it's funny, after that, everybody started to love it and told me how good I looked. I planned on letting it grow back right away, like a fresh start, because my hair was pretty unhealthy before, but I started liking it, and it's so convenient. So we'll see. What I don't mention is the wonderful fact that I no longer have to pull out 10 or more hairs from between my butt cheeks every time I shower. Nick is holding his chai and is listening interested. "Sorry, that was a lot of information." "No, I think that's really cool. And you're rocking it. You looked really cute with long hair too, but this is unique, and you can pull it off. You have a good face." "Oh, thank you." I smile. "So, you said something in your profile about not liking women who don't take the shopping cart back?" "Yeah, you remember that?" "Yeah. I felt like it was kind of random, but I'm curious." "I just think that's wrong, that it's not good manners. I don't like people like that." "I agree with that. I always bring my shopping cart back. In Germany, we actually have to put a coin in them most of the time, so people definitely bring it back. I've been conditioned." I chuckle. "Haha, that's good then. I can see that you're a good human already." "So, what are your short-term and long-term goals?" I've read this advice in the Steve Harvey book once to ask this question, and it feels so weird coming out of my mouth. But I already said it, and Nick seems to be okay with it. "Short-term and long-term, let's see," he deliberates. I still feel so silly having asked this textbook question. Literally, he must know. "Short-term, I want to improve my 1.5 miles. I think I mentioned that already, and I'm working on eating a bit better too. And long-term, I really want to make it into this team. So I'm with the Secret Service right now, but there's this team that's like the SWAT, but SWAT for Secret Service. It's not super easy to get in, but I think I can do it." "Oh wow, that's cool. That's a good goal." I don't know what else to say. I don't know anything about these things. He continues, "But I've always been wanting to work with kids. I used to want to be a teacher. Obviously, I chose a different career path now, but maybe after I retire. I would love to mentor youth or talk to them. I did this youth sports program once, and it was amazing. I love kids." That's awesome. It's really great that you have those goals, and I'm sure you can make that happen. Thank you, Kathrin. I actually work with kids right now, and I wish I could love it. I mean, I love the kids, and I think most of them really like me too, but I never thought I would be a teacher. I actually told my friends back in the day to slap me if I ever become a teacher. And this is a bit different. I'm a music teacher, and it's not full-time and not in an actual school, but I said that because so many of our teachers just weren't good at teaching and took the fun out of school for us, or made it horrible. So many people who don't know what they should do just become teachers, and I didn't want that to be me. No, I hear you. That makes sense. And I'm sure you are a great teacher to these kids. Yeah, I really can't complain. And I like my workplace. I just don't think it's something I want to do for the rest of my life. Am I being too negative right now? Should I be talking about something that I like instead of complaining about my work, which I'm not super happy about? So what else do you do when you don't teach? You said it's not full-time. And to come back to your question, what are your goals? Well, I sing. I just don't have a lot of gigs right now. I've been slacking. I'm being negative again. But I just did a pretty cool New Year's Eve gig with a German band at a German venue. Lots of old people, actually. It was weird. I do German entertainment and I yodel. What am I saying? Oh, that's so cool, he exclaims and takes another sip of his chai. My pumpkin orange whatever is still pretty full, and I'm so worried I won't be able to sleep tonight. I have to teach tomorrow, and if there's anything I hate more than teaching spoiled and lazy kids, it's teaching spoiled and lazy kids while I'm tired. That's unique, and I would love to hear your voice sometime. I smile at him. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to sing right now. Ha, thank you. I wouldn't have done that anyway, I laugh. So many people actually do that, put you on the spot. You're a singer? Sing something. It's really not that cool to be put in that situation. But anyway, I continue. My short-term goals right now are to handle my visa situation and become a permanent resident in this country. It's been quite tricky. And also, I want to get my own place. I like the woman I'm living with, but I just feel like it's time to live by myself. I hear you. Long term, I want to do more with my music, maybe get some songs placed in TV shows and movies, but I also love animals and I'm hoping to have a small rescue myself. I'm not sure what that would look like, but it's always been music and animals for me, so I want to do more of that. I respect that. It's great that you have such a big heart, and I hope you'll make that happen. Thank you, I hope so too. But hey, you got something right there. He starts pointing down to my chin. Or is it my neck? I start looking down and he wipes up and gets my nose. Ah, I should have known better. Sneaky, I laugh. He laughs way harder. Gotcha! Yeah, all right, I admit. So hypothetically, if you and I were dating and I had friends over for the Super Bowl, would you come and hang out? And I know you already said you're not really a football fan, but would you hang? That's random, I think to myself. Is he girlfriend testing me now? Is he actually looking for something serious and clarifying that for me with this question? Yeah, I'm not really a football fan, and I did try watching it for my ex, but I never understood how people are okay with all the commercial breaks every minute or so. I'm more of a soccer girl, but at the same time, I like the fact that sports bring people together. That's what I've always loved most about soccer, and that's why I think I definitely want to come. I probably wouldn't watch it by myself, but I could see it being fun with other people, especially if there's a team to root for. When we were little, my sister and I always asked our dad when he watched soccer, "Dad, are we rooting for the white or the red jerseys?" And our dad would tell us which team to root for, and that's when we were all in. That's cute. And I like that answer. That totally makes sense. All right. Our conversation continues, and as we come to a halt between talking, sipping on our drinks, and laughing, I look at Nick and he smiles. At that moment, I know he's a good human. I like him. It just feels good, and not forced. It doesn't feel like I'm attracted to him, but I'm enjoying him. And he does have an adorable smile. He smiles like Trooper, the golden retriever I walk every weekend. Well, this was really nice, he says. And it would be really nice to do this again, if you want that too. Yeah, I agree. I smile at him. Are you ready to head out? Did you finish that drink? He lifts my pumpkin caffeine and weighs it in his hand. Girl, you have quite a bit left, he exclaims. I know, I guess I expected the small size to be smaller, I lie. But they did bring me a way bigger size than I expected. I'll just take it home. Nah, girl, this is almost cold. Ain't nobody gonna want to drink that anymore. Let's just throw it. Before I can say anything else, he puts it in the bin. Where did you park? I'll walk you to your car. A gentleman, I think to myself. We get up, he opens the door for me and walks me back to my car. As we slowly approach Heidi, I'm hoping that he's not going to try to kiss me. I like him, but more in a friendly way right now. I don't know how I'd feel about him kissing me. But as I unlock my little blue hybrid, he just opens the driver's door for me and tells me to get home safe. Good night. It was really nice to meet you, I say before he closes the door for me and walks off. That went better than expected.